Hello class, welcome to week 2. This is the second video that I'm posting for week 2. I did read some emails. I know some people are kind of new to Canvas, so I kind of wanted to start on my home page, and then I'll quickly show you where everything is for the argumentative essay. I also already uploaded an outline that I did and a sample essay so that you know what the expectations are. Okay, so if you are new to Canvas, I did email you a get to know Canvas video, but so for our class, it's English 1301. You see the home page when you log in. You can click start here. That's going to give you information about me, when our class started, and other information, right? So then we go back to our home page, and we're going to click on modules. So on modules is where you're going to be finding everything for the class. The first module, I put course materials and reading selections. These are all the stories we're going to be reading. However, I will be adding more as per my syllabus. I did make there a notation on each week that I, as a professor, have the discretion to add more stories if we need to use them. I also already linked the video, so the college had it under certain modules, but just to make it easier to access, it's right here. This is the class composition book. So remember, it is online. It's an OER, so the class book is online. So they're all links. So this is literally our book online, okay? So currently we're talking about argumentative essays. So anything having to do with the argument essay is going to be module 8. Right? So that's how you get to our class book. Again, so we're in modules, course materials, and reading selections. I provided videos and background information on the authors that we're focusing. The 3 authors we're focusing on are Sandra Cisneros, Edgar Allan Poe, and Gary Soto. Okay, I also already attached the PDFs for the stories. Very important, I rechecked again as of today. October 23, only 31 of you have joined the quizzes platform. So this is the platform I use. If everybody does not join it, I will have to do the lockdown browser, and that is going to be more difficult for everybody. I know I got a couple of emails that some of you did not have access to a computer, so you have an iPad. So lockdown browser sometimes is not compatible with iPads. So I use this platform for all the quizzes, but again, only 31 of you out of the 43 have joined. Some people were already dropped by the college for not participating in the course. Okay, so again, Wayground used to be called Quizzes. That is the platform that I use all our quizzes. I create all our quizzes there. And then when you go to an assignment box, for example, I'm going to go to the assignment box right now. And let's say the sentence types assignment. All I had to do to join the quiz was click on the link. Okay, and then I put my name. I'm gonna pretend I'm a student. I would start, and then it's gonna give me the quiz. Right? These all quizzes are based on the stuff and materials that I create. Here I'll tell you how many questions you have. This one has 20 questions, and then you click on the answer. Once you finish it, you submit it, and then you end the session. You'll be able to know your grade right away. So if you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm passing the quizzes, professor, you have your grades already there. All these quizzes, assignments, and tests, I create them based on the materials that we are reading in class. So again, if you're one of the people that have not joined the Wayground quiz platform, you need to do that ASAP, because then you're going to start accumulating all the zeros. So that's a little tour of our course for Canvas for those of you who had questions. Okay, so if we go back to modules, those are the stories. So like for Sandra Cisneros' only daughter, here's the PDF. Because I know I also got a couple of emails. Professor, where is the story? It's there. Everything's there. And then I also went ahead and added it to the unit. And again, right under course materials, these are the main selections we're reading, but we're also reading the book English Composition 1, and that's the one from Laredo College. Again, it's fully online, and that's a table of contents, okay? So if we go back to the modules, unit, I believe it's unit 4, let me check. Yes, so everything having to do with the argumentative essay that you're going to be working on, which is the signature assignment number 1, unit 4, writing the argumentative essay. Now, these are materials that the college has, right, which you're welcome to read or use. The ones that I specifically created for us start here, where it says signature assignment 1. Here's the description. You know that the essay is 20%, so it's a 20% overall class grade. So this is the topic for your argumentative essay. Write an argumentative essay in which you take a clear stance on the following. So you do have to choose a side. Which has a greater influence on Cisneros' identity and life choices? Her gender as the only daughter, or her Mexican-American cultural upbringing. So you're arguing, it's an argumentative. So you choose your opinion. Let's say you're saying Cisneros' identity was influenced greatly by her Mexican-American cultural upbringing. That's the opinion I'm choosing, that's the side I'm taking. So then therefore, right, the other one is going to be the counter argument. It would be her gender as the only daughter has more influence on her identity and life choices. That is the counter argument. What makes an argumentative essay higher level is that you're acknowledging the other side. You're acknowledging that you're choosing your opinion, but there is a side, okay? I also already uploaded some lecture slides for how to do an effective introduction. So this is the topic, this is the essay topic. Write an argumentative essay in which you take a clear stance on the following question. Which has a greater influence on Cisneros' identity and life choices, her gender as the only daughter, or her Mexican-American cultural upbringing? Support your argument with evidence from the text. Of course, you're going to be using direct quotes from the story, Only Daughter. You also have to get another source from online, from the Laredo College database at the library. You can also go in person in the library and they can give you articles. Make sure it is a peer-reviewed article. Your essay must be 2 to 3 pages in length. It must include an introduction, an opposition paragraph, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. You are required to use at least 2 articles from the Laredo College database and find quotes. 2 quotes per paragraph in the ICE format are required for the opposition and body paragraphs. I also already put the direct link for the ICE format, and I'll show you in a bit. The requirements, make sure it's well organized. It is an essay. It's not like a journal. It's not a one-page writing. You're supposed to have your intro, counter argument, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and your conclusion. Of course, with the text evidence, the quotes to back up what you're saying, you should have no problem meeting the 2 pages. Free of major errors, make sure you do revise your essay so that you know either if you're using Google Doc or Microsoft Word, just using that check spelling helps you a lot, okay? Remember, it is an English course, so we do use MLA format. The college expects you to meet the page requirements. So for example, if the essay requirement is 2 pages, that means 2 complete pages, not 1.5 pages. It's 2 full pages, and then page 3 would be your works citing. Make sure to include 2 valid sources, meet the specific criteria for the writing style as indicated in the rubric, okay? So I'm going to go to the next section. Here is the outline that I created for you. I always recommend that you use Google Docs instructions, copy and paste this outline into a Google Doc, then complete it. Once completed, upload your outline as a Microsoft Word doc. So if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you. You're just going to right click, copy, and everybody has access to Google Docs. You have it through the college. If you don't know how to do that or how to get access to it, call our technology office. They're very, very helpful. I open up a blank document, I paste the outline, and that's how I'm going to be filling it in here. So for example, in the introduction, the opening hook, I tell you here what the expectation is. Introduce a general idea related to identity, gender, or cultural expectations. I am giving you an example as well. Begin with a statement, question, or short reflection that draws the reader's attention. Then provide some background information on the author, and then your thesis statement. You clearly do have to choose a side, okay? So that is the outline. Then we're going to move on to the next one. That's the story. I added a video of Only Daughter is being read, I believe, by Sandra Cisneros. I also added a biography book, if you want a video, sorry. Okay, here is what I wanted to go over, because you will have a quiz based on the chapter readings from the book, from the class, not from Sandra Cisneros, but from the actual chapter book. So again, go back to Unit 4, right here where it says chapter from book, Introduction to Argument and Essay, chapter from book, Writing for Success. Those are the two chapters that I showed you from the book online. Okay, the first one is a very short paragraph, Introduction to Argument and Essay. The idea of an argument often conjures images of two people yelling and screaming in anger. In writing, however, an argument is very different. An argument is a reasoned opinion supported by evidence explained by evidence. To argue effectively in writing is to advance the knowledge and ideas in a positive, persuasive way. Okay, so that is one chapter. It's a very, very short chapter. And then you have the second chapter. Okay, thank you. Then you have the second chapter right here. I'm going to go back to Unit 4. Right here, the second one, Writing for Success Argument. Right, so you click on the link, it's going to open up that chapter from our book, English Composition 1. And as you see, Writing for Success Argument, this is a longer chapter. Please make sure to read it because you will have the quiz. I already posted the quiz on Wayground. However, it's not going to open until Monday. So please don't email asking, oh, I need to take the quiz. It will not open until Monday, okay, the 27th. Now, this is the ICE format straight from the college. The college uses this format. So if you did not know what ICE format was, here it is for quotes by Dr. Maritza Longoria. Here's the outline that most essays kind of use. This one's very specific to argumentative. And then here's an example. This is what it actually stands for. Introduce your point, cite. So that a cite is a citation, a quote from an article, a quote from the story to back up what you're saying, and then you're going to go ahead and explain it, okay? And here it is, introduce, cite, explain. So this is what it would look like. You're introducing your topic, you have a transition, you have an example, here's a quote, and then you explain it. So that is the ICE format here. They also have transition words for you to use, to illustrate, to demonstrate, for instance. So that is for you to reference. The college also had it posted on the top. I went ahead and included it already in the actual unit that we're going over this week. Here's the outline again, how I showed you already. And then here's the sample essay. So if you're like, what is the expectation? How is it supposed to look like? I already provided a sample essay already here. Sample, signature assignment 1, argumentative essay. MLA format, it's your last name and page number. Your name, my name, English 1301. Okay, this is very important. The date is MLA format. So it goes the date, the month, the year. You are expected to create a unique title. The title is not signature assignment 1. This is the actual title. You come up with your own title. Everybody will have their own unique title. Here is the complete essay. Remember, it's 2 to 3 pages plus your works cited. So I did a sample 4 pages. The last page is my works cited. Okay. and that pretty much is reviewing everything that has to do with the argumentative essay. Again, you'll find all the materials for the argumentative essay under Unit 4. Unit 4, writing the argument essay. If you scroll down, here it is, signature assignment essay 1 description, 20%. Signature assignment 1 outline. Here's the PDF of the story. Here's a video of somebody reading the story to you. Here's a biography video on Sandra Cisneros, who is the author. Here's the last thing I wanted to go over. These are the chapter books, the ICE format I just showed you, and then the samples that I created for you. This is the last thing I want you to go over. I created a Google Slide lecture, right, on how to write an effective argumentative introduction. I have noticed that that's where a lot of people struggle with how to start the essay. Professor, I don't know how to start the essay. I don't know. This is following the same format from the college. I do have videos for you to watch. You can go ahead and read it. Here are the main examples on how to start your essay: a bold statement, surprising fact, statistic. As you can see, I have them here. There's videos. You're welcome to watch it. Make sure you do read it, watch the videos, and then towards the end, starting on slide 19, I'm giving you examples of the introduction types that you can use. The last one, which is on slide 24, that's the one I created. So if you have any questions, you can reflect back to this. Everything is posted completely for your unit for argumentative essay. You do have a quiz coming up on the 27th on argumentative essays based on the 2 chapters that I told you that you'll be needing to read. So if you go to quizzes right here, chapter reading quiz, argumentative essay, due October 29, you click on that link. I even added the 2 chapters again. Once you read the 2 chapters on Monday, you open up the link. Right now it's going to say it's not open yet because it's going to open until Monday. So you see here, this activity has not yet begun. The quiz will start at 8 a.m. on Sunday, and you can start it then, okay? The date of the quiz is due Monday though, so please make sure you get that done. Okay, like always, if you have any questions, please go ahead and email me. The last thing I'm going to show you super quick is if you go to, well, on the side it tells you what you need to be doing, the assignments you're missing that are coming up. But if you're very visual, you can go ahead and also go to, where is it? Let's see. I'm not seeing it on this part. Here it is. I went in student mode. If I were to click course calendar, the whole month of October comes out, and here's what I have due, right? So today is the 23rd. I have the reading response due. Tomorrow is the 24th. I have a quiz on subject and verbs assignment quiz due. On Saturday, I have the signature assignment outline due. And you do have a sentence type assignment due. On Monday, you have a chapter reading quiz, the one I just mentioned. You do have a reading test also on The Only Daughter. And then the draft. So if the essay is 2 pages, 1 page is already due. You have an MLA format quiz. Your final completed 2-page essay with your works cited will be due on October 31st, okay? So again, how was I able to see this? I go to course calendar and it shows me what is due for this month, okay? Now leave student view. So hopefully this helps you. Please make sure that you're reading my daily announcements. Let me show you. I don't know if I think I showed you that part. I would post in the announcement what's due. I would do a week. So right here, like week 2, and I'll tell you what's coming up for that week. So when I posted that one, week 2, I also had a lecture video. And then I will try, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, but I already did that post so you know. I try to do daily announcements. And if I don't do a daily announcement, I make sure and go ahead and send you an email for the whole class, okay? So like today was October 23rd. Today you will submit the reading response assignment due on October 23rd. right? But I also already posted what's due and coming up for this week. And I just wanted to make sure I touch base with you and you're able to see what's coming up, what's due, how to get it, where's the examples, where's the samples that I created. That way you can visually see what I am expecting, okay? Hope you have a great day, and go ahead and email me if you have any questions. But I think I explained and answered everybody's questions. Everybody was sending me different questions. So hopefully this video is able to help everybody, okay? Thank you very much.